Hey, welcome to another anime recap, Aoashi, where you will enjoy a great soccer game by our protagonist Ashido Aoi, a young soccer player from a small town in Japan. In this anime, you will have a glance at great game tactics, crazy moves, ambition, motivation, love, family, and much more. So, let's dig deep into the story, which begins with Aoi playing soccer to get the victory for his middle school soccer team. Despite not being too good at soccer, his team plays well and competes aggressively with their opponents. Aoi and his schoolmates believe they have a chance of winning the game and moving on to the quarterfinals with another goal scored. But as soon as the opposition team's goalie realizes they are about to lose, he decides to mess with Aoi by insulting his mother, and Aoi responds by hitting goalie, which causes him to get eliminated from the game. However, Aoi is unaware that someone else was watching his match and thinks he had some potential. The man he encounters on the beach eventually reveals himself to be Tatsuya Fukuda, the head coach of the high school youth team for one of the top J-League teams, Tokyo City Asperian FC, who invites Aoi to try out for his team's qualifiers. Aoi and his mother discuss the situation, but she forbids him from going. However, despite his disappointment, he continues with his usual daily activities. When Aoi friends him about them attending the local high school, he feels unable to smile genuinely. Aoi's elder brother arrives to pick him up during this talk. Then, his brother reveals Tatsuya Fukuda's true identity to him as a much-respected athlete who was forced to retire due to an injury. The older brother of Aoi provides him with money, advises him to attend the auditions, and urges him to follow his dreams regardless of the expense. Aoi approaches Tokyo and is surprised to see Tokyo's huge building. Soon after reaching the Tokyo City Asperian soccer town, he bumped into Hana, who recognized him because of his hair, as told by her brother. While talking with all the aspirants, Fukuda reveals taking the candidate in his team who seems to be game ready. During a test game, examiners judges all contestants and are disappointed to see Akoi's performance, but after they witness a game-changing score by Akoi, it makes them think of him as a mindful player. Examiners are having difficulty choosing the right contestant, and on Fukuda's inquiry, Tsukishima suggests Otomo Eisaku-kun as the right candidate, to which everyone agrees, but Fukuda is worrying about Akoi's selection. After giving all candidates a big thought, Fukuda announces the top 11 selected players who are going to make it to the finals, while Akoi is one of the selected ones. Fukuda declares a test match between the selected players and the Asperian youth team as the end-up test. Fukuda informed the contestants that he would share certain information throughout the game. Ashido is eager to defeat the youth team so he can pass the test, but other applicants feel pressured because of the youth team. The candidates are confident going into the game but begin worrying about the youth team's lackluster play. Soon after youth team begin to show their talent while Akutsu-kun continues getting in Aoi's way, which worries him. Fukuda adds salt to the wound of the applicants' team by informing them the youth team has not been playing according to their position, while it shocks the applicants' team as the youth team was already not letting them play and are high level. The candidate team, unable to process the shock, is tired, making the match a one-sided game for the youth team. While Aoi, still reeling from the pain of Akutsu's attack, begins to lose his will to fight, but Sun brings up his courage and uses the nice game tactic to win a goal for his team. Aoi Inehime receives the letter of acceptance, which makes him and his friends pleased by the news, but Aoi's mother, Noriko, has conflicting feelings about the celebration as soccer is taking his son away from her. Hana instructs Aoi to talk to Noriko, but he doesn't get the chance to do so until the day before his departure. Aoi enters Tokyo City Asperian once again, encouraged by Noriko's support. However, before reuniting with Otomo and Tachibana, he interacts with a few Asperian supporters. They then encounter Yuma and Asari, promoted by the junior youth. One of the team managers informs in spite of Otomo, Tachibana and Aoi that one member has also shortlisted but has not yet shown up. Hana shares her lunch with Aoi, but he eats all, which enrages Hana as he has to take care of his body if he wants to be a top player. Coach is instructing players and claiming if they play well, they will immediately be promoted to the A-team, while Aoi recalls coach's words saying Aoi cannot become a top player, which makes him give his best as he doesn't let anyone judge him before he shows his game. During the match, Togashi pushes Kurata to do a goal, but he gets scolded by Aoi for pushing his team member. Aoi, however, manages to hit a goal but soon after faces difficulty, and his teammates, after seeing Aoi's weak performance, don't pass the ball to him anymore. Yuma's ability to handle game tactics impresses the coach, who believes in him as a great player. The team ignores Aoi for the rest of the match, which depresses him, while later, he encounters Akutsu, who insults him for being a skill-less player. Aoi runs to the coaches and pleads with them to teach him the proper game tactics. When Hana is standing to see off Kaido Anri, Fukuda approaches them, making Kaido blush as it seems she likes Fukuda. After having playing advice from Coach Nozomi, Aoi practiced the game all night but has not improved even after practicing for a week. When Aoi is moaning about not learning the game after so much practice, Tachibana and Otomo come to practice with him to help him do better. Tabashi, being Aoi's roommate, witness him practicing every night and plans to help him learn the real kick skill. Tabashi is teaching Aoi kick skills and blames him for being slow and sluggish. In the mini-game, opponents keep targeting Aoi as the weak spot, but they are surprised to see him more skilled than before. The next day, there's a match between Team A and B while Team A appears to give touch time, which is getting on Team B's nerves. After the match, Kuroda gets mad at Aoi for not knowing the basics, while Nozomi gives him his next assignment to wonder why Asari and Kuroda are mad at him. Aoi wonders if he still lacks the basics that his teammates have in them naturally and gets up to practice today on his day off. Soon, Hana appears and brings him with her to explore the school, but later, he stops Hana and makes her cry by saying not to bother him. At school, Aoi breaks silence and goes to Asari and Kuroda to discuss the week's Go Soccer game. The match between Team A and Team B begins, but Aoi has not gained any knowledge on his assignment, which results in showing the weak game. After the second game round, Aoi gets answers and continues coping with Asari and Kuroda to achieve goals. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to like and share the video. See you on the next one.